Wreckfest brings all the dirty, nasty, and over-the-top action of a county fair main event and hauls it straight into your living room. Dirt tracks and demolition derbies are the featured draw in this spiritual successor to the Flatout series, and it brings all the fun and ridiculousness you'd expect of such a game. Turn off your brain and grab your funnel cake as we break down the simplistic carnival of automotive mayhem in our Busy Gamer review of Wreckfest. Welcome back to No Time Gamer, the channel helping your gaming sessions be time well spent. She ain't the prettiest or fanciest girl at the fair, but Wreckfest delivers a quality old school racing experience that keeps you engaged in the most important aspect of the game, the hard-nosed, crash-fueled racing. Wreckfest takes all the BS heaped in nearly every racing game nowadays and strips it down to the frame. It doesn't have any of those newfangled open world maps to explore loaded with shiny collectibles. Wreckfest has you laser focused on races, demolition derbies, and over-the-top concept events with little pomp or fanfare. After a few pre-race selection menus, you'll be slopping all over the tracks, fishtailing around, and smashing your opponents into barriers and each other. And this grand simplicity carries into the racing itself. Gas, brake, and handbrake are the bulk of the controls you'll be wielding, and it's quite liberating. It's the kind of racing where you can turn off your brain and just focus on the cornering and planning how you'll destroy your opponent on the next turn. The biggest hurdle to overcome in any race is avoiding the hee-haw cavalier attitudes of your opponents. These AI gearheads have no qualms about slamming you into the wall, ripping off your rear bumper, or generally dishing out fender-to-fender tough love. They aren't unbalanced, but they're aggressive enough to present a challenge while not overwhelming you with cheap tactics. Plus, you'll get a little thrill when you finally sideswipe that no-talent hayseed that spun you out 2 laps back. The campaign, if you want to call it that, features a series of championships that are a random collection of events thrown together that require you to gain a set amount of points before progressing. Events can range from demolition derbies on racing lawn tractors to multi-heat figure-8 dirt track races to insane feature events that have you doing things like racing a 3-wheeled van against 23 full-sized buses. None of these races feel anywhat connected, but it doesn't matter in the world of Wreckfest. The more pointlessly stupid and overtop it is, the better. Unfortunately, there are a few hitches that keep the longevity of the game down. When you're tight in a bunch banging into each other, the racing is a blast, but it can feel like a boring one-horse trick show if you separate from the pack. And it's easy to keep a lead once you get it if you aren't sloppy. This means the rubber banding isn't bad, but you might think about wrecking once or twice just to let some opponents catch up. Beyond that, cars don't have much variety. There are a fair number of cars you can select, but these county fair smashers don't seem to have a distinct feel between them. This doesn't apply to lawn tractors or unique vehicles like buses and such, but cars are all about the same. And the upgrade system for cars is a standard series of part unlocks that boost performance stats. The most unique decision you'll make in the upgrade shop is balancing your car between durability and speed, since the weightier damage plates you can add slow your ride down. There also is a bit of a livery customization, but nothing like the full creation suite seen in other games. It adds enough to make your car look unique and your mama proud, but about 30 seconds to any event and you'll be admiring your handiwork as it lays in a ditch on the side of the track. It's hard to find fault with Wreckfest and its overwhelming simplicity. It was clearly designed to be the antithesis of almost every modern racing game. It is very streamlined and gets you to the fun as fast as possible. It is a great game for busy gamers who just want to shut off their brain and enjoy some rough and tumble racing. The game has been out for a while, so you can find it at discount pricing, which puts it in line with its value. So for busy gamers, Wreckfest is time mostly well spent. Let us know in the comments if you ever played the Flatout series and if Wreckfest looks like your kind of game. While you're here, why not check out this review to see if this game is also time well spent.